Octonauts, to your stations! Barnacle! Quasi! Peso! Explore! Rescue! Protect! Octonauts! This wire is kill. Oh, great. Glamorous. Hi everyone, welcome back to MacLand. Thanks for joining me on the channel. Today we're writing a film review. You're writing a film review. I'm going to be writing a TV show review, a TV episode review of Octonauts and the Dolphins. Octonauts, great little series, great little TV show. Luckily for me, we've already started one in class, and I have those few little bits of starting material right here, which I'm going to tweak, edit, make my own, and then write up in my best handwriting with some nice little pictures and illustrations to go along with it. So I've got my title, The Octonauts and the Dolphins. I've got a first paragraph there already. I've got some notes about a second paragraph. We had planned all this out. Introduction, an overview of the episode without giving anything away, of course. The positives and if there are any negatives about the program, and then a final conclusion or who I would recommend it to and how many stars I would give it. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to dive in there. I can see down here I've got the criteria, what sort of paragraphs you'd like to do, but down there it's really little for me, but it says something about expanded noun phrases. Try and get that in if you can. Fronted adverbials. Hopefully you've concentrated on trying to develop your use of fronted adverbials from yesterday. We can whack some of those in here, so I'll try and do that on my version as well. And down the bottom there it says modal verbs. You should know what a modal verb is. And if you could add some of those in, it would be great as well. But I'm just going to zip you into warp speed, do that myself, and show you what I've got in about a couple of minutes or so. Enjoy the music. So already you can see that just from that first introductory paragraph, I've rearranged things, added some things in, but I've already got the three criteria. The expanded noun phrase, this worthy and courageous group. I've got a fronted adverbial, in and around the ocean, prepositional phrase, but a fronted adverbial. And I've even got a modal verb. I changed things around at the end and put in the word can. So I'm going to go and or should I say write, that second paragraph now, what happens in this episode, without giving anything away, adapt the third one about the positives, and then write my conclusion as well. And I'll show you what I've got at the very, very end. Hopefully you've got some ideas about the film or the TV show episode that you can review, and you could use some of the same things that I'm doing here. Catch you soon. go. I have finished my rough version of my film review here. I went through and highlighted the yellow, green, and blue criteria just to make sure that I've got it throughout my piece of writing as well. Down the bottom, I've also sort of tried to push my punctuation a little bit. I've got, where is it? I've got some dashes here to add some extra information. I've got some brackets for parenthesis here. Top job me. And I've even, at the end, I had a big long list of things that are included. So I've separated those items in a list just so it's really, really clear with semicolons as well. So not only have I got all the criteria in there, the yellow, green, blue, but I've also got some extended punctuation as well, which is fantastic. Now what I'm going to do is my good copy. So just to let you know, I created myself a little line guide just by getting a straight line paper and ruling some heavy lines on it, so I knew that my writing was going to be straight. The next thing I did that you might like to do too, because it really saved me some trouble, is just very lightly in pencil design what my page was going to look like. I knew that I was going to have the Octonauts logo at the top, and then I sort of had planned where my writing was going to go. So after that I had that plan, I just went ahead and started writing down in my best handwriting my first paragraph. And I noticed that I edited little things along the way. I had some better vocabulary that I substituted in. And I think I added a bit of different punctuation as well, just to up-level it. Pretty quickly I found out though that my plan wasn't actually going to work because my handwriting was much bigger or took up more space than I had first thought. So I rubbed out all my lines and decided that actually this is going to go over 2 pages now. It's going to take up like an A3 sheet, and that way I wouldn't have to squash everything in, and I had a bit more space to do some cool illustrations. As you can see, my line guide really helped me out, keeping all of my writing nice and straight. Definitely when you come to do your plan, leave nice big spaces. I found that really important, and it really helped when doing my illustrations because I could shade the background if there was too much, but I wasn't able to create more. So definitely build that into your plan, leave enough space for your cool illustrations. So, if you've made it this far in the video, congratulations! You've made it to the part where I spend approximately 1,000 years trying to recreate the Octonauts logo. What seemed like it was going to be such a simple task at the start actually turned out to be very time-consuming. The font in particular, trying to get those letters in the correct font was a challenge, but I thought since I'd spent so long writing my review and then using my best handwriting and planning the whole thing, I was going to sort of go for it and spend the time producing something that I was going to be really, really proud of. So I set up sort of my line guide to make sure each letter was going to be the right size, and then spent ages just going over and over trying to get the font correct, especially the S. That pesky S took me ages. But at the end, I had created something I was really proud of. So sit back, relax, enjoy the next 1,000 years. Or skip towards the end, it's entirely up to you.
She walked him down to the ocean side, lovers bound to the last goodbye. As she held him close, she spoke the words, I will always love you, but the words were not returned. She laid him down to rest in the ocean, sifting through her fingers she felt him. As he slipped away, she spoke the words, I will always love you, but the words were not returned. She will make his wish come true. She will make his wish come true. And if you say to take you down to the ocean, then I will let you swim away. Say if your wish is to see the ocean, then I will let you swim away from me. She dreamt of his kiss from the last time, before she gave him over to the tide. As she watched him float away, she spoke the words, I will always love you, but the words were not returned. Her knees gave way, falling into the sand. Vision blurred from her tears, as she saw the ocean take him, she spoke the words, I will always love you, but the words were not returned. She will make his wish come true. Even if you won't see, you will know the ocean breeze blown against your skin before sinking into the ocean. Even if you won't see, you'll know the ocean breeze blown against your skin before sinking into the ocean. And if you say to take you down to the ocean, then I I will let you swim away. So if your wish is to see the ocean, then I will let you swim away from me. And if you say to take you down to the ocean, then I will let you swim away. So if your wish is to see the ocean, then I will let you swim away from me. And if you say to take you down to the ocean, then I will let you swim away. So if your wish is to see the ocean, then I will let you swim away from me.
Here is my final version of Octonauts and the Spinner Dolphins review. In and around the ocean, there are a bunch of brave animals who explore, rescue and protect. This worthy and courageous group are called the Octonauts. The show has a cool logo, an exciting opening and a very catchy theme tune which lingers in your mind long after the show has ended. It is aimed at primary age children but can be enjoyed by adults as well. In this episode, The Octonauts and the Spinner Dolphins, a large swarm of rubbish is displaced by a storm and has a course to devastate a heavily inhabited bay. Many animals are in danger of becoming entangled or eating the refuge and falling ill. Fortunately, the Octonauts warn the local animals, garden eels, swordfish and pelicans, who take precautions. Just as everything seems to be safe, a pod of spinner dolphins arrive. These fun-loving creatures don't listen to the Octonauts' warning or heed their advice, but instead power down and go into their strange sleep state. Will they become trapped by the incoming invasion of excrement? You'll have to wait and watch the episode to find out. There on this program, this episode has a very strong message. Don't let litter, as it affects the innocent animals and the environment. In the show, there are some lovely values demonstrated too. Compassion, friendship, perseverance, responsibility, and teamwork. Furthermore, it educates children about different aquatic species and on the need to care for our planet. Overall, I feel this episode, and indeed the entire show, is suited for children as young as 2 years old. It delivers strong environmental messages, teaches about animals from around the globe, offers a fun and exciting storyline, and highlights some valuable interpersonal qualities. I would highly recommend seeing this episode and rate it 5 stars. Whew. Boy, has this taken a long time. I would say it took about half an hour to write it, and then to handwrite it up took about another 20 minutes. So there's an hour just writing up. But the artwork, 2 hours I've spent on and off doing this. Am I proud of it? Heck yeah, I am. The amount of detail that I've put into it, that in particular, oh man, it looks so easy and simple, but to get it looking like the actual Octonauts logo, wow, took some time and some practice, I should say. So overall, I'd say this has taken me about 3.5 hours, but I've ended up with something that I'm very, very proud of. So it's over to you now. It is your turn to go and write a film review or a show review. It's entirely up to you. I would concentrate on getting those 3 key elements in it, yellow, green, and blue elements. And then if you would like to push yourself and come up with something that you really, really are proud of. Thanks for joining me here in MacLand once again. Until next time, explore, rescue, and protect. Thanks for joining me here in MacLand. Until next time, keep learning, keep reading, and be creative. Bye! Click on the banner to subscribe to the channel and make sure you turn on the bell to receive notifications of when new videos are posted.